Hello, everyone, and welcome to Be the Difference, the Redlands College podcast. I'm Mike Shepard, and my fabulous colleague joins me, Wendy Rell.
Hello, everyone. We're thrilled to be here with you for our inaugural episode. This podcast aims to allow our students to share their voices, ideas, and perspectives.
Exactly, Wendy. We have a variety of student-led segments that touch on a range of topics.
And since this is our first episode, we're keen to hear your thoughts. If this gets traction, we aim to produce one episode a term or more frequently.
Let's get started. First up, we have Elliot Gabb.
Elliot brings a unique style to the table, incorporating elements that remind us of popular radio shows.
Yes, it's a segment that promises to keep you engaged. Let's tune in.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Voices of Tomorrow podcast. I'm Elliot Gabb, and today we're going to be chatting to some teachers, alumni, and students about how life is at Redlands College. So now we're here with Mr. Cowan. So how is life at Redlands here? How is life at Redlands right now?
Thanks, Elliot. Yeah, I would say at the moment we're in term 4, so it's a very busy term. It's a short term, but the best thing about this term is it's close to the Christmas break. But yeah, things are getting busy.
Yeah. What have you liked most about Redlands College?
About Redlands College, that's a really hard question. I think that it is a community and people work together, and I love that sense of it. But obviously being Redlands College, it will be the focus that it has on. It aligns with my faith as a Christian and those sort of beliefs, I think, and it really lets teachers and students talk about it and maybe live it out a little bit. And also we have trouble with that sometimes, but yeah.
And what would be one tip that you would give to a future colleague, teacher, or maybe even student?
Oh, good question. Probably is to keep on top of emails, get things done on time, and don't do what I do and be organised. Use checklists.
Okay, well, thank you, and I hope you have a great rest of your afternoon.
No worries. Thanks, Elliot.
So today I'm here with Georgia Bellis. So Georgia, how is life at Redlands College right now?
Life at Redlands College is really fun because I have lots of friends and really nice teachers.
What would you say has been your favourite part about Redlands College?
My favourite part about Redlands College is probably all the teachers because they're like saying nice things like when you come and stuff.
And what would be one tip that you would give to someone in the future heading into grade 4?
I would give the tip to someone heading into the future into grade 4. I would give them a tip that some of the schoolwork is pretty hard, but I reckon that they would be able to do it.
Okay, well, thanks for being on this podcast.
Thank you.
So today we're here with Mrs. Farley.
Hi, Elliot.
So Mrs. Farley, how's life at Redlands College right now?
Well, life's great at Redlands College, Elliot, but it's very busy as usual, but that's okay. The days go very fast.
What would you say has been your favourite thing, or what have you liked most about Redlands College?
Lots of things I love about Redlands College, but I think the thing that brings me the most joy about Redlands College is the kids.
Yeah, and what would be one tip you give to a future staff, employee, or maybe even student?
Okay, give it your best, work hard, do your best, but really enjoy it. Get to know people and have lots of fun.
Okay, well, thanks for being on the podcast.
My pleasure, thank you.
So we're here with Liana. So, Liana, how's life at Redlands College right now?
It's great, good friends and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What have you liked most about Redlands College?
Like the different areas you can go to in lunch breaks and stuff. and how it's mostly like a safe community.
And what would be one tip you give to a future person joining grade 7?
Don't make enemies with anybody. They're all really nice.
Okay, well, thanks for being on the podcast.
Yeah.
So today we're here with Hero, our beloved school pet. And Hero, what do you like most about Redlands College? Can we please have a translator? So what does that mean?
Oh, that means he wants bacon.
Okay. Get that dog some bacon. Okay, so today we're here with Mr. Ralph.
Mr. Gab, how are you doing?
I'm good. So Mr. Ralph, how is life at Redlands College right now?
Life at Redlands College right now, particularly for our life in the middle, is at that exciting time of year where we get to celebrate all the great things that have happened throughout the term. We start to look forward to our awards nights and our different ceremonies and different celebrations and farewell in Year 12. So term 4 is always really exciting. Busy, but always exciting. And also exciting that we're starting to plan for all the things for next year.
Okay, and what have you liked most about Redlands College?
The thing I like most about Redlands College is actually our students and the opportunities that they get to engage in so many different things, particularly when they do engage and they put on great shows or have a great sports team and do great things as a group.
Okay, and what would be one tip you give to a future colleague, staff, or even student?
For all of those, I'd say get involved in things, be part of something, whether it's a sports, drama, musical, get involved in the life of the community.
Okay, well, thanks for being on the podcast.
No problem, thanks for coming.
So here we are with a grade 10er from senior school. So what's your name?
Caleb Robinson.
And so Caleb, how is life at Redlands College right now?
It's pretty good. I love it, but it's a lot of work coming into the end of starting grade 11, so it's good.
What has been one of your favourite things about Redlands College?
Well, I love my friend at Redlands College, and I love hanging out with my friends. It's great.
Yeah. And what would be one tip you'd give to a future student heading into grade 10?
It's a lot more work than the other grades, so just try and keep on top of it, and you'll be fine. It's good.
Oh yeah. Well, thanks for being on the podcast, and I hope you have a great day.
Thank you.
So today we're here with an alumni. So what's your name?
Hey, my name's Amal.
Okay, so Amal, how is life outside of Redlands right now?
I've actually found it's pretty similar to inside Redlands. I've found there's a Christian community outside, and I've enjoyed being part of that.
Okay, so what did you like most about Redlands College?
I think I enjoyed the community aspect the most. I think the school fosters a good environment for people to grow, and yeah, that's what I enjoyed.
Yeah, and what would be one tip for someone who might be finishing school soon and becoming an alumni?
I'd say spend some time carefully considering what you're really interested in, but don't stay too set on it. Yeah, be open to change.
Okay, well, thanks for being on the podcast.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
All good? So today we're here with Mr. Johnson. So Mr. Johnson, how is life in the Redlands right now?
Well, Mr. Gab, first of all, can I say what a delight it is to be on your podcast. That is always very exciting, and to all your listeners out there, it's great to connect with them. I love Redlands College. There is nowhere else I'd rather be, Mr. Gab, than here at Redlands College in this school community. I absolutely enjoy it. My favourite thing about this community is all of the connections that people have and the genuine care for each other.
So I think that answers our second question of what have you liked most about Redlands?
Yeah, well, what I like most are the students, Mr. Gab.
Yeah.
Young men and women just like you, with special gifts and abilities and wanting to use them as best you can and to be creative and do podcasts. They're my favourite things.
Yeah. And what would be one tip that would you give to a future teacher, student, or anyone coming into Redlands College?
Well, my tip would be to know what your particular areas of interest are, what you enjoy, and always strive for that. In my own life, having a relationship with Jesus Christ is really important. So I encourage anybody to consider exploring Christian faith, to have strong relationships, to have good friends, to have places where you can go to relax and turn off. But most importantly, whatever gifts and abilities that you've got, use them to their full potential to help other people.
Well, thank you. Thanks.
Mr. Gab, delight. I'm always happy to join your podcast. Come and chat with me again at any time.
Okay, thanks. Thanks for those amazing answers, tips and tricks. I'll catch you next time. I'm Elliot Gab. Hope you have enjoyed my Voices of Tomorrow podcast. Bye.
Next is a segment by Nathaniel, Levi, Tej, and Riley. This one is an interview segment with wit and clever conversation.
Yes, take a listen to these guys and you will feel like you're one of the gang. Good stuff.
So back to you, Levi. Your brother, Noah. What's it like having such a successful, attractive person to have as your brother? I don't think we should say that. Right. Hello and welcome to the Be the Difference podcast. I'm your host, Nathaniel Stangitz.
And I'm your co-host, Tej Edwards.
And today we're going to be interviewing Levi Davey. Thank you for being on the podcast, Levi.
No problem, mate.
So, tell me, you came to Redlands College in grade 7. Where were you before that?
Manly State School.
What was it like there?
Pretty good. Good vibes.
How would you compare it to Redlands College?
Oh, Redlands by far superior.
In what way?
A lot better friends there. Subjects. You get to choose what subjects you like to do, and it makes it a lot more enjoyable.
I can imagine. Tej, what do you think about that?
I reckon it's pretty interesting to see how these different schools have different subject selections and all that.
Tej, you were at a different school before Redlands, right?
Correct.
What was that?
Where was it?
Mm-hmm.
It was at Manly. It was Moreton Bay Boys College. It wasn't too bad of a school. It was a private school, pretty small. Subject selection wasn't that big. It was pretty small. But when I moved to Redlands, I saw that there was a lot more opportunities for me. So yeah,
that's great. So back to you, Levi. Your brother, Noah. What's it like having such a successful, attractive person to have as your brother?
I don't think we should say that.
Right, Levi. What's it like having Noah as your brother? I mean, he's the current captain of the school. He's very successful academically. What's that like for you in terms of expectations?
Sets them pretty high. Noah coming through, they think I'll be the same person. But honestly, I'm better.
That's really insightful, Levi. What do you think, Tej?
I think he's waffling, to be honest.
You think Noah's better?
Yeah. Have you seen the guy? He's massive.
You're having a laugh.
Really.
Speaking of Noah, you recently went head-to-head against him in the Matt Stanley match just a couple weeks ago. What was that like for you?
Felt good to drop him.
I don't recall that.
At home.
At home. So you were training at home,
of course.
Well, how do you train 1-on-1?
Good question. What you do? You get low, hit, lift, drive.
So you were just tackling one another. Was there any injuries?
No, we built like tanks. You see.
Of course, I should have known better.
Yeah.
I want to move on to your more academic scene. So, Jigga Venneberg, right? You've been doing that for...
Not Berg.
Jigga Venneberg.
We don't know iceberg. We don't know iceberg, yeah. We're
Jigga Venneberg. You are currently a silver award holder, very close to goals. How much of your time do you usually spend with the Jigga Venneberg?
Currently do it nearly every day, really, because it involves doing a sport, which is volleyball, doing a skill, so that would be driving for me currently, and also it involves doing service projects for
Homeless people, or helping sound desk at Duke of Ed, or helping coach a volleyball team. And that would be the grade 9s, wouldn't it?
Yes. Grade 9 boys, they've been actually doing quite well lately.
That's good to hear. And obviously that would be because of your involvement recently.
Yes, their behaviour was a lot better.
Some might say they idolize you.
Some might say they respect you.
Yes.
Now, the last thing I wanted to talk to you about would be your academics. You're obviously a very intelligent person. You do some very high ATAR scoring subjects like accounting and biology. What would you say that's like for you in your life, having so much commitment to your academics?
Painful, really, because methods is very annoying because you have to study quite a bit for it to do well. Otherwise, pretty chill. Just make sure regularly study to do well, as a little goes a long way. So little chips at studying and stuff is a long way to memorising and performing well academically.
That's great advice. So to cap off this episode of Be the Difference, I wanted to talk about you being the vice captain of the school, and more specifically, what you're planning on doing in the future in your role.
Well, that is quite a good question, actually. I would like to see more community engagement within our college and having more students participate and get involved in school activities and having fun and just giving everything a shot, even if they're not the best at it or they feel nervous or don't want to do it. There'll be other people doing it, and the dummier you look, the more fun you have, really.
Of course. Thank you so much for being on the podcast, Levi. We're going to wrap it up there. Thank you for listening to this episode of Be the Difference. See you next time, guys.
And for our final segment, we have the Redlands Review on Tuck Shop by Oscar and Jai. This one has been exceptionally well received, and you'll soon hear why.
It's a segment that truly captures the spirit of Redlands College, and we're excited to share it with you.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Redlands Review. My name is Oscar Wharton, and this is
Jai Jones.
And today we're going to be talking about the Tuck Shop, which is a bit of a controversial thing, I will say, because
I don't see it.
You don't see it? I'm seeing it as a lot of people love the Tuck Shop, myself included.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Because here's the thing.
Good.
We can't just talk about what's great about this, because that's not interesting. Is it great? Oh,
you gotta have a balanced argument, you know?
You've got to spice it up.
Both sides.
Exactly. Okay. Now, just to begin us off, just throwing it out there, I'm going to bring up the whole idea of special days of the week where you have like special foods is just awesome.
We love special days.
Like the Mexican food on Tuesdays. I'm pretty sure it's like specifically on Tuesdays, like mostly Mexican, because they have the quesadillas.
Zero clue.
Do you not go on Tuesdays?
On Tuesdays, no.
Oh, it's like nacho day.
Thursdays, kid.
Yeah,
I mean, that's sick. I need to go on Tuesdays.
It's nachos and quesadillas, and I'm like,
yummy.
I love quesadillas, so I'm like, yep, I'll buy one of those.
Yeah, that's fair. Mexican food is like great.
Yeah. Honestly, though, like I'm a regular at a Tuck Shop. I don't know about you. I go every day, basically.
I'm not so much of a regular, so my opinion isn't as great. But I have Tuck Shop from time to time.
I mean, it's also just a good option, just in case like the parents are like, oh yeah, whoops, forgot to make your lunch, or if you forget to make lunch yourself. You got any topics that like strike you out, like stand out?
We better start off with some good, right?
With some good, yeah.
So, yeah, you know the Chef Collins. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Amazing stuff right there. Amazing cooking. He's got a great personality. He's funny. Amazing. Also, all the staff there, super nice and accommodating.
Yeah,
it's great.
I remember because I used to always get a BLT sandwich there, to the point where one of the people there, Linda, she used to always make me one. And like,
oh, that's great.
It was so nice. Like the staff there in general, like out of topic, when they tell you how much money that you have left on your card, that is like a lifesaver. I go into the tuck shop like, do I have $2 or 20? And when they tell me beforehand, I'm like, yes, I can buy lunch next to break. Or, oh no, I've got to contact mum.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Well, I think I've got to continue it with the snack foods, not the full foods, but the snack foods are amazing. Not saying that the full foods aren't. I love it. But the snacks, if you don't want like full chips or like a burger or something like that, like going in and getting like some chips and packets, like honey soy, that's really good. The gingerbread men are pretty good. They're cookie crumble
They're
things.
pretty good prices too. You know.
Oh yeah,
prices.
Well, they're pretty affordable, the snacks, and like the ice creams.
Yeah. Oh, the ice creams. Yeah. They just popped into my memory. You reminded me of the ice creams.
You forgot about the ice creams?
I did forget about the ice creams. Anyway, we should move on. I think the tuck shop is great for another reason, is because it encourages student service. Like, it gives positions as like student service, which is especially helpful for Duke of Ed students that need to rack up time on their service, the service part of their course.
I was about to say, I've seen a couple of Duke of Ed students working there, like at the tuck shop. On some of them on cash register, some of them over at the cafe.
And the grade 12s, like the cafe is like fully run by students. Basically, it's a student cafe.
Yeah, and like making some of the food, I'm pretty sure they get some people. I don't know that fully.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we got the vet program currently going on at the time of recording. And I know that some people, not going to name names, have like, they're currently doing something over at Tuck Shop just because like they haven't been able to do the full vet program, or if they just chose that. Now, obviously, there's got to be some cons. I love the place. I love going there, like, honestly, a lot better than like making my own food, because like I can actually like...
See, I wouldn't say it's like cons. I'd say they're more... Well, some of them, at least, are more suggestions.
Yeah.
Some
more
of them
suggestions.
are like... Yeah.
We have to keep the name cons for industry standard.
Industry standard, yes.
I will say, though, there is definitely one big con, which is just Friday. In general, Friday. I'm telling you, the people at reception, they probably can't tell whether or not you're signing out or going to the tuck shop sometimes. It's just that busy.
You know.
Honestly, like, somebody will be reading a book over in the library. They'll look out and they'll be like, "Oh, we've got to pack people in College Heart." No, they're just lining up to get themselves some chips, maybe a burger.
Yeah, sometimes it just goes through the full College Heart, especially on Fridays. That's not really something that they can control. It's just how it's genuinely good. So people love to line up for that stuff. But one con that they can control is they've recently switched to card only, which isn't really a bad thing for older students who have a card, or obviously you got your student card, but for younger students who want to spend their pocket change maybe at school to get them and their friends something, cannot do that anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
So
like,
that is...
what's up with that? Like, I don't even see a reason to get rid of that. Like, you're just losing money.
I do think it was because of COVID, but I'm pretty sure they did it after the whole COVID fiasco. So
it was after COVID. I could see why with the whole like transferring germs and all that stuff, but like other companies did that like for a short amount of time. But like they all swapped back to like, oh yeah, you can now. Yeah, like I get it. Like the card is easier. Like it's easier to have credit card, well, debit. I get those two mixed up. Like debit cards and student cards, so easy. But I hate walking around with my like credit card at Tuck Shop because if I'm too like afraid that one of my mates will just run up, yoink it, and it'll be all gone.
No, that's a very that's a
Yeah.
very good.
Oh, and the student card with the photo of me.
Well, student cards are good. It's just, I believe, like parents are the only one who can access them. So if you want to use your own money, you have to use a debit card. And then if you're a junior student, you obviously need to be like, I'm pretty sure it's 13 or above to get a debit card.
Yeah.
So you can't really, unless you get your parents. But whose parents have like a debit? Usually a credit card, you know.
But yeah, honestly, like apart from a few issues that they really can't control, and then like the main ones such as like obviously the swapping to cashless, and a bit of a price like increase, but that could just be like making them cost more or like getting them
It's
here.
definitely because of like the higher cost of living now and everything costing
Yeah,
more.
I was about to say because
that's fair. And
I remember when the
that
burgers
lack
went
of
up.
special sales.
Like the burgers went up, and like
Yeah.
everyone was like, "Oh no, why?" And then it's like, "Oh, lettuce went up." But like apart from those, I've got to say personally, I'm gonna like, I'd probably rate Tuck Shop like probably 9 out of 10. There's definitely
That's
like
exactly what I was gonna give it.
there's a small like there's a bit of a hiccup to do with like just things that they can't control, but like everything that they can control, they've done so well.
I honestly agree with you there. That and the only real con that they can't control is their card only, but I don't see that as a massive con.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
more
that-
of like a nitpick sort of thing.
Like that doesn't affect me at all. Like
Yeah.
I use card no matter what. Anyway, thanks for joining us today on the Redlands Review, and we will be back with you again another day. Hopefully not too soon.
Goodbye.
That wraps up our first episode of Be the Difference. We hope you've enjoyed this journey through the voices and perspectives of our students.
And we're looking forward to bringing you more episodes in the future. Your feedback is always welcome.
Thank you for joining us. Spread the word, and remember, wherever you go and wherever you find yourself, you too can be the difference.